Now that's the real art. No rough stuff, just take it and go.
Stolen goods. Stolen goods. Stolen goods are now forfeit. Hello dear viewer and welcome back to the Oblivion class restoration project, where for this video and the next one we venture deep into the land of the generic because we have the thief, and the next time we'll have the warrior. How do you even... Never mind, let's just get on with it. So, you know how most of my builds are about combat and combos and OP spells and such. Well, not this time. This build is all about... motherfucking money! Combat skills are there, so we don't die, but the long-term goal of the playthrough should be to buy Skyrim. Some mods allowing you to spend a lot of money could sort of justify the tons of gold you will end up with. Tundra defense, maybe buy yourself the crown via Become the High King mod. Maybe start your own independent thieves guild with the guild starter. No matter what you do, you will still have way more money than you can possibly spend. On the combat side of things, the thief is mainly about hit and run. Also about outrunning everyone because of Fortify speed and the racial Khajiit speed buff, and also silent rolling everywhere to lose the pursuing enemies. Here is the list of necessary gameplay mods. Honed Metal is here because legendary difficulty. I have refrained from double enchantments anyway, so the final gear is roughly an equivalent of what you could do with a peerless smithing item, 100 in enchanting and mastery, armor enchanter and weapon enchanter perks. Well, Evenstar can be skipped. There is little difference between vanilla and Evenstar and Thief Stone other than a slight boost to skill efficiency. I must say, even though I banned Andromeda from the Oblivion classes project, Tower Stone from that mod could help us make even more motherfucking money! Classic classes and Birthsigns will give you a starting buff to all your main skills, which means we can reach some crucial perks faster, almost skipping the very early part of the game when we suck at everything. And the worship of Rajin in Wintersun helps us make even more money. If you like the looks, here are the mods for fashion. All of these combined can drastically alter the game's balance, as they give you quite a few extra enchantment slots. I only use the vanilla slots except for the backpack from Campfire. We will carry so much stuff, some extra carry capacity is almost inevitable. The main armor pieces are the cut armor from Modular clothing system. As always, using Modular clothing armor pieces means below average armor rating in the early game and above average armor rating in the late game. With some unperked smithing and fortified smithing items you should easily reach and exceed 300 armor rating, and with your speed and silent roll powers you don't really need much more than that. Also, the bracers are leather Nord bracers from Realistic Armor by Nordwar. Maybe don't install it just for this one item alone, but if you like the armors NPCs are wearing in the video, then do. Most bandits will look as they look due to this one mod. So yes, our deity of choice is Rajin, whom as a Khajiit we can worship from the start, and in general, nobody else can. Bigots. He grants a chance of finding more money in containers. We don't really need his devotee power, but our favor with him will grow very fast as he rewards lockpicking and exploration. The race, the Morningstar Khajiit, gives us a tiny movement speed boost, which we will build up further with a Summermyst enchantment, very useful for the hit and run tactics. The stone is the thief, plain and simple. You may consider switching to the shadow when your skills are all maxed. And the attribute spread is 3 points of health for every 2 points of stamina.
You can't hide from me.
Main skills are archery, light armor, sneak, lockpicking, speech, and pickpocket. Pickpocket wasn't a skill in Oblivion, but it was a function of sneak, and honestly, who wants to play an Oblivion-inspired thief without some equivalent of placing a cursed zero-weight hood in an NPC inventory? I actually perked pickpocket quite excessively, so let's start with that. So in pickpocket, take almost everything except extra pockets. I also skipped one rank in Death's Emperor and one in Lawless Times. I'd love to have all those perks, but I had to spend many perk points in some other extremely useful skills like lockpicking and speech. Oh my, I can't say it with a straight face, no. Combined with some speech perks, Lawless Times mean you don't really need to worry about bounties anymore, even without the Thieves Guild membership. This build is definitely geared towards an independent freelance thief playthrough. Trickster and Perfect Touch are plenty of fun against humanoid enemies, placing my cursed coin, a poison of paralyzes, and then taking all the armor and weapons from the enemy. That's rather fun. In the incredibly exciting skill of speech, take the Mastery, Bribery, Eloquent, all very important perks, and all the barter-related perks on the left, including Fence. As I said, an independent thief is a goal. The goal. Carefully avoid taking any actually useful perks like Speak with Animals or the Shout perks. We wouldn't want things to get too easy. In lockpicking, take the entire left-hand branch up to and including Archaeologist. These perks will give us a lot of extra money and valuable enchanted items on corpses and in chests. With the finished build, you can easily get 6, maybe 7,000 septims from a single dungeon run. That's pure cash I got from one of the Forgotten Dungeons bandit caves, not including the value of all the enchanted items I've got from the boss chest and a few other places. What the hell am I supposed to do with all that gold? Well, I tried to buy as many expensive poisons as I possibly could, just so I have some use for the poisoned perk in pickpocket. A potent lingering poison and or a paralyzes poison can turn the tide of many battles. Also, get the Dungeon Master to have some extra fun with luring your foes into the traps. I tried doing that at every opportunity. It's quite fun and decently strong with this perk unlocked. In Sneak, go all the way to the Shadow Warrior via the leftmost branch, unlocking all the roll perks. Dodge roll is an excellent fit for our hit and run combat style, and hiding mid-combat is obviously famously OP, so let's have at least this much power. Then in the middle, aim for the deadly aim for some extra sneak attack damage, and on the right take both ranks of silent movement and light foot, which pairs nicely with the Dungeon Master because now only the enemies will trigger traps and they will take way more damage from them than usual. In light armor, take the right branch up to and including evasive sprint, which was nerfed in the recent Vokrii update. I'm sad now. Oh well, it's still very good and goes perfectly with our combat style. Stamina regen negating some damage when sprinting, extra movement speed. All the right side perks in light armor are actually golden for our combat style. Take all of them as soon as possible. We will also need fit training and keen senses for some extra protection and the removal of the movement speed penalty. Well, actually all the light armor perks are crucial to the build and take all of them as soon as you can. In archery, we take the bare minimum required to make the skill kinda useful, so Mastery, Far Shot 1 rank, Impaling Shot and Eagle Eye to make the long distance shooting a little bit easier. Impaling Shot is particularly vital as it deals ongoing damage to enemies that run. Since you will always be faster than your enemies, you can keep turning back, shooting and then running again while they take damage for simply trying to catch up with you. With the Thief class from the Classic Classes mod, you should easily be able to unlock this perk around and about level 10, which I highly recommend you do, because the ongoing damage of this perk will become a little bit inconsequential in the very late stages of the playthrough, unless you pair it with some other source of ongoing damage. We don't really need much more, although the funniest perk in the universe, Arrow to the Knee, at least one rank of Steady Hand, can occasionally be useful. I marked them both optional, because I think all the really useful perks in Speech and Lockpicking are far better for this build. My god. Now for the gear, we have our ebony bow bearing the clumsy enchantment, which staggers the targets when they attempt a power attack. Perfect for those Parthian tactics we constantly use. Occasionally I also used a decent bow with the fire damage lingering, which deals fire damage continuously until the combat ends. Quite useful for the rare occasions when you will have difficulties hiding and sneak attacking, like in the middle of an open field, high noon in full sunlight. Obviously, with honed metal you can have both effects on one bow, but I have my rules here. No double enchantments without the perk, no matter what mods I use. Also, an ebony bow was chosen because it suits the style perfectly, but also because for a late game weapon it is rather easy to get one. There is a guaranteed instance in Brinewater Grotto, for example, and there is a good chance of high-level Draugr spawning with one. For the armor and jewelry, we have Fortify Speed on the boots, Fortify Archery on the bracers and bandana, Fortify Sneak on the necklace, Fortify Healing Rate on the pants, and Magic Find on the ring. Magic Find is a curious one. It grants us a chance to find an extra enchanted item on slain enemies, because of course we need more of that. You could say that Fortify Healing Rate is not the most useful enchantment in the universe, however for those hit and run moments I find it very useful and satisfying to see their health slowly going down and my slowly regrowing. Also, even without any alchemy involved, it is quite easy to obtain a decent batch of regeneration potions by robbing the houses and shops in Solitude, for example. So if you need your health to be restored even faster, you can get the means in a very roleplay appropriate way. You could also consider having a separate cityscaping set with some Fortify Barter or Fortify Speech, Fortify Pickpocket and Philosopher's Stone effects. And that's that. That's it for today. Speed, charm, and a lot of
Opportunity.
No, money.
Oh, okay.
I smell money.
Okay.
is basically the summary of the concept. I hope you will have some fun with this one. Not too much fun, just some fun. Times are hard, lower your expectations. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, ring the bell, share, love, peace, plants, and all the like. And we shall see each other again. Bye bye.
Stolen goods. Stolen goods. Stolen pants.